and welcome to my channel. My name is Arun, and as you are watching the series from salesman to sales manager, I think it's time now that I'm going to talk about the 60 to 90 days. And what's coming in my mind is that your honeymoon period is over. Yes, it's the honeymoon period that you have been enjoying from the first day till the 90 days, but as you are entering into the period of 60 to 90 days, your honeymoon period is no more active. People are expecting a lot from you. Your manager and your team have only one question in their mind: what have you done for me so far? So that's a big question. That is what I'm going to address, that in this period between 60 to 90 days, what all you need to do, what all you need to prepare yourself for the bigger things that are going to happen in your new role. So I'm sure if you have watched my previous two videos where I talked about the first 30 days and the period between 30 to 60 days, you would have got a better clarity about how you need to know your people, your company, your products, the peers, the products, the customers, and many more things that you need to know. And in the last video where I talked about your people becomes your first priority, how you have analyzed your people, how you have helped them, how you have spent time with your boss. And now, since you have moved into the period of 60 to 90 days, the most crucial period, I think this is the time where you need to focus a lot about your time management. How do you allocate your time? How do you set your priorities for yourself, for your team, and of course for your organization? Because basis that you would be able to drive the next 90 days, that means the another 3 months ahead of you. Now the question is that when you are in that phase, you would also see that you are being pulled up by various departments, by various people in the organization into various kinds of meetings, various kinds of projects that you may be a part of it, and you will be pulled out to do many more things in the organization. Whereas on the other side, if you are giving lesser time to your team, lesser time to your customer, you would get bogged down with so many things on your plate and you may not know where you need to set your priorities with respect to your time. So in this video, I am going to tell you that how you are going to work on your time management, where you need to spend your time most of the time, and then which all areas that your time allocation has to be there. This is the most important stuff that you will learn, because a lot of managers who are not able to understand how to allocate their time, they are into too many things and obviously they become ineffective. Whereas the effective managers, they know precisely where to say no, what to do with respect to their time management, how much time they have to allocate to their team, their manager, and be a part of some important meetings. I am going to share all this in the next few minutes. Stay tuned. Learn how to manage your time. I'm sure you will agree that as a manager, the biggest resource that you have is your time, which is available with you. Now, how you use it is going to define your success or your failure. Well, minimum 50% of the time you should be allocating to spend with your time with your customers. The simple reason is because your goals, your performance is linked to how your team is going to do in the field, in the marketplace when they are meeting the customer. Now, your role is, when you allocate your 50% of time, is to go and meet the customers, understand what problems they are facing, what are the solutions they are giving and the value they are offering to the customers, and how they can become more effective. Sometimes you may find that there are certain deals which are stuck, how you can push the deals forward with your expertise so that your team can gain a lot of confidence in this. Not only this, you also need to be a part of high impact reviews where you both learn from each other, understand the analysis, understand the trends of business, so that you can plan your business for the next 90 days ahead, forecast some bigger numbers which both of you can work together. Further to that, identify which are the most toughest situations, which are the toughest problems your team is facing. Go and address that on priority, because this is where your mark as a leader will start coming forward. They will start looking up to you that you are addressing the most difficult parts, not the easy part, not those areas where even your presence and absence will not make a difference. But yes, if you are able to solve the problems which are very pertinent, which are very difficult, where a lot of people have shied away, you will see that people will look up to you as a leader. But mind you, a caution, don't start doing work for them. Just show them the way and hand it over to them. This is another mistake a lot of managers make, that they start solving problems for their people and they feel a huge pride in it, that how they have become a great problem solver. And over a period of time, this becomes a habit while your team doesn't learn and they don't perform. So your role is to allocate your time in such a way that you are able to give justice to the role and solve problems for them and show them the way that how they can transform from here and do everything on their own. The other part that I would like to highlight is a lot of managers get stuck to or get chained to their laptops and the Excel sheets in terms of doing a lot of analysis. You need to be a little careful about it, because the more you spend time in this, you will get just stuck into it, and a lot of analysis will ultimately lead to paralysis. Good managers, they tend to spend a lot of time with their people. No doubt they do analyze a lot of data which is available to them, but not during the peak hours of the day. They either spend that time late in the evening or on the weekends, or preferably while they are on a transit route to reach their markets. Now this is where I say that a lot of focus of your time should be with your people, should be with your customers in this crucial period of 60 to 90 days. I'm going to now share more about it, that where you should be allocating your next 25% of the time. Stay tuned to the next part. I'm sure by now you would have realized that the job of a sales manager is not like a 9-to-5 job, but much more than that. Now let's understand that where the next 25% of your time should be allocated. Your next 25% of the time should be allocated in 3 parts. Number 1, helping them getting things done. Number 2 is promoting your teammates. And number 3 is protecting your teammates. I'll explain all of them. Number 1 is that help them in getting things done, because you would realize that your team is speaking to various stakeholders in the office in getting their approvals done, getting their things which are stuck. It can be their expense statement, it can be some special price approval, it can be some marketing campaign, and they are talking to various stakeholders in the office. Now if you intervene and help them out in this particular area, and you interact, because you have done well in the first 30 days, you have interacted with all the stakeholders and you know which are the bottlenecks, and once you are able to start solving these problems for them and getting things done for them, it will ease a lot, because your major focus is that your team should be focusing more time on their customers, more time in the field, rather than falling and chasing things back in the office. So this is the first thing you need to do. Now the more you do these things, you would also realize that a lot of time, lot of people in the head office, in the support roles, may not know that what your team is doing, what they are capable of, what they are achieving all about. So this is the time you also need to promote your people, to share their accomplishment with all the key stakeholders in the achievements that they make, in the progress that they make, in the performance that they achieve, because this will help them to reach out to various stakeholders in the office. So you become a bridge and you are only propagating that what your team is doing, because the more they are already doing, more focus in the field and less time on the other front, you will see the productivity also gets improved. The third part is that you need to protect your people from the good-hearted people or from the good-intended people. Now, who are these good-intended people? All people in the office who are from the department of marketing, product managers, strategic people, supply chain, and many other projects that are going on in the organization. They all are reaching out to your people to get support from them, to get knowledge from them, to get information from them, because they are meeting the customers. They are working on a lot of areas where they have the knowledge, what is happening in the field, what is happening at the customer place. And all these people in the head office need information from them, because they are creating some solutions only to solve the problems that they are facing. Now for that they need a lot of knowledge and information from your people. Now if this continues, you can imagine what happens, that a lot of time of your team is going to be only on giving support to the head office team. Now at this point of time, I remember that in one of the studies that was done, that only 17% of the effective time of a sales rep was going on meeting the customer and doing the core job that they are supposed to, whereas more than 83% of their time was only filling the forms, filling the sheets and reviews back to the head office to support them. So you need to protect them from this good intended people, because again, as you make your people free to do what they are supposed to do, you will see that your productivity will increase. So that's your role. That's the core role. In this 25% of your time, you need to get back to the head office with all these good intentions and all the forms. That is your responsibility. But a lot of time people do not understand this, and there is a huge mess. There is a huge dissatisfaction with the teammates that so much of work has come to them apart from the core role, and their effectivity is compromised. The next area where you need to also protect them, because in sales, I'm sure you will agree that the numbers may go down. The sales may not be the achievement is not happening to the expectation. And that is the time you will see that everybody in the department of various stakeholders, including your manager, will jump on you, that they will start firing your people. Now this is the time you need to protect your people. Now, first thing is that if it is a genuine problem, you definitely need to address those performance issues. But if it is not that genuine, if it is just superficial more than genuine, you definitely should come forward and protect your people. Now, this is your time. This is the things that you need to understand in helping your people and creating a stronger team and stronger bonding with them. So this helps also to increase trust between you and your teammate and develops your relationship, a longer and a stronger relationship with your teammates. And this is how you should be able to utilize your 25% of the time. I'm now going to tell you that what else is in store for the next 25% of the time that you have now in this 60 to 90 days. Stay tuned. Now we move to the next 25% of your time. Now this is again a very crucial time that you are going to spend. And this is the time you are going to spend with your manager, because you will have a lot of things to discuss with your manager with respect to the current issues, the problems that you are facing, the support that you are needing from your boss, and how to plan ahead where you need a lot of guidance from your manager. At the same time, your manager also has few expectations from you in this 25% of the time, where he would like you to be a part of certain projects, certain problems the organization is facing, and also be a part of certain meetings which are very crucial. So mind you, be careful, because certain times these meetings are very time sucking and you start giving more than 150% of your time in those meetings, and you are kind of away from your people, which is not a good thing. As I said, you need to attend those meetings, but attend only those meetings, take only those meetings in your calendars which are essential, and try to avoid as much as possible those meetings where your presence is not required. The next part in this is that you need to spend time with your manager on getting coached, because this is an opportunity which you cannot afford to miss, because getting coached from your manager on certain areas will help you to be on the top of your abilities that you are meant to be. And that's how you can increase and improve your productivity in this. And also, this 25% of the time you need to also take out on thinking and reflecting, because a lot of time as people in sales, we are action oriented. We are just aim, fire, and then think. So which means that we execute the things in such a pace that after executing we start thinking. So this is the time you need to think and introspect about yourself, that what is going on and how you can think on improving the current situation. What should be your plan in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and of course in 12 months. What are the coaching and developing needs that you need to pay attention to develop your people, and what are the other areas that you are investing your time upon reading blogs, books to enhance your skills, to enhance your abilities, so that you can also grow in the role that you are in. A lot of managers, you will find that who are not effective, they don't spend all this time on thinking and reflecting. They are just going with the flow. They are always in the execution mode. They are just trying to deliver things as they are coming. They are not just thinking about what's happening around them, and the time flows and their productivity also suffers. So a good manager, a productive manager is always thinking and then reflecting upon what's happening around them, how they can make things better, how they can solve problems, what are the needs that the team might need, and what all they need to spend time in developing their skills ahead so that they are always ahead of their people and people look up to them. Well friends, if you have understood this period of 60 to 90 days, you would see that not only you are oozing out with a lot of confidence, but you are in much control of this situation that you are in. You would be also able to meet a lot of expectations not only from your manager but also from your people, and in addition to a lot of support function people in the organization, because you are now becoming a very, very important and a key player in the whole lot of things that are happening around you. Well, I will be sharing a lot knowledge in these videos that I'm preparing, and if you find this video useful as a new manager or you are likely to be a new manager, then do like, subscribe, and don't forget to put a comment in the comment section below, because that will give me an idea that how you felt about it. Did it really help you? Did it really adding value to you? I look forward for your comments. Thanks a lot.